Hey, how we doing guys? So if you've ever played Luna for a modding setup, you'll probably have used Noise Surge or even Battlefield Concert, as those are our main mods. But since the devs buffed the Kingsguard Lance, using the Battlefield Artist Transcendant mod has given Luna a stable way to clear enemies. I'll be completely honest, I'm not entirely sure how this mod works, as like Enzo, when you use a firearm it deals extra damage based on how much shield you have, yet building Luna into a firearm setup doesn't quite seem to work. And the buff she grants herself and teammates doesn't seem to stack properly. You can see here with the first skill, it increases our firearm damage each time we use it, with a max of 8 stacks. However, the buff is no longer applied after 3 stacks, despite there being no mention of a cap or limit in the skill description. Now this isn't a meta build compared to other Descendants like Ajax, Lepic or Serena, but it's a fun way to play Luna. Being able to buff teammates as well as do damage still gives Luna that support role feeling, which is why I like it so much. Since her ancestor mod was buffed, as well as the Kingsguard Lance, I'd go as far as to say this is better than Noise Surge. Next on, I've been trying to push the use of skills and weapons into Descendants for a while, and I'd say Luna fits this position perfectly. Jaber was the most recent example of this, yet sadly you never actually see anyone play Jaber. As a lot more popularity lies within Luna, hopefully people will try this. Onto the build, we'll obviously be using the Kingsguard Lance for some of the mobbing, and the Shadow Sword to kill any elites or commanders. The Kingsguard Lance will be built for multi-hit, firearm attack and the chill element. Fire rate and crit is not needed as this weapon does not benefit from it. And there are 2 free slots that can be customized to your choice. I chose Brisk Walk for the extra movement speed, and multi-sights, as the skills we'll use mostly, is singular, and it can benefit from the 12% firearm attack it provides. For the Descendant mods, we'll build for skill damage. Side note, I mentioned earlier that like Enzo, Luna deals extra firearm damage based on her shield amount. I really don't think this is worth building into, but I could be wrong. You'll need about 50,000 shield if you want the max multiplier, but it seems only efficient on weapons like the Restored Relic. So if you want the build, I'll leave a timestamp on the screen now. Anyways, back to the main build, we'll use the 4 base crit mods, skill expansion, a HP mod, maximize skill and maximize power, as Luna doesn't require cooldown when hitting the notes, and finally, Battlefield Dancer to pair with our trigger mod, Rhythmic Step. Now this build is quite flexible. If you keep mistiming the notes, you can either use Veteran's Tactics in place of maximize power, the 2 cooldown mods in place of a HP mod and maximize power, or you can use Passionate Sponsor in place of Battlefield Dancer, only if you're in a squad, or further increase your skill damage with Widespread Execution and the Power Beyond trigger mod. As for the inversion reinforcement, nothing really matters too much here, so feel free to choose whatever you like. The reactor will be a non-attribute tech, with the sub-rolls being crit damage and tech boost ratio. We use a full mage set for the 84% non-attribute skill power it can provide, and the cores on them all being HP and defense. And to finish it off, the arcade tuning will look something like this, with defense neutralization in the mutant cell slot. Now the way this build works is very simple. We're going to use our first ability only for our buffs, as Kingsguard Lance doesn't benefit from our second or third. Once we reach max stacks, we'll use our 4th ability and place down the turret to snapshot the buffs. And after all 3 of our turrets are down, we'll just spam our enhanced 4th as much as possible. It should be known that these buffs can apply to your teammates as well, meaning if you wanted to give them crit chance, you could use your 2nd ability, or even weak point damage, you could use your 3rd ability. Should you decide to use a different weapon, for example Restored Relic, every time we enhance our 4th, we reload our weapon and regen ammo. If you truly want infinite ammo, you can use your 3rd ability to regain 25% per stack. But again, this only seems to work 3 or 4 times, like I mentioned in the beginning, so customize to your desire. And as always, if you guys have any questions, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer them. See ya.